Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Sea Fishing with CJ. We are back on the beach after a very long break away where I've been out fishing on the boat and I've been actually even done a bit of coarse angling. But I'm back on the beach tonight and I thought I'll make a video tonight, but I'll also do a little short live just to say hello to everybody because I've not seen you guys for a while now. So here I am. So chat away, come on, talk to me. Baz on the rocks, how you doing, buddy? How's your fishing been this summer? I'm hearing lots of mixed reviews about the fishing this year. It's not been the best summer. Then we haven't had the best summer, have we? South Coast Angler. Hello, matey. How you doing? How are you doing? Been out fishing much? It's a lovely evening. The sun's going down. Nice bit of a sunset going on there in the background. Got two rods out. I've got one with a whole squid on, just lobbed out with a hope of catching a decent sized bass, and the other one, which is scratching, got a couple of worms on it on small hooks, and I've whacked that out as far as I can, which actually wasn't that far. Hey, you fishing UK? Well, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's not been good, is it? Beach fishing, shore fishing hasn't been good. I've had sort of mixed days out on the boat. Which Jarvis, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. Is that off the beach or is that out on your sib? I mean, I know that the mackerel. Rob, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I think it's been a bit slow for everybody, although I've heard the last couple of days a few people have had some fish. The weather's obviously calming down now. The colour is dropping out of the water. So if it's a blank tonight, I don't really care. It's just nice to get out and get in the fresh air. But it was this time, when I used to fish this beach a lot, when I used to live right next to the beach, August on longer tides, when the bottom of the tide was just after dark, was when I had my best bass results on this beach on whole squid. So that's what I'm trying for tonight. That's my I'm probably fated myself to a blank now. I'm telling you what I'm trying to catch, but that is what I'm hoping to catch is a nice bass. Yeah, sun's going down. It's amazing how bright the camera on the phone is making this look, because actually it's getting quite dark now. The sun is way below the horizon. Chris Curry, how you doing, mate? Got a little bit of motion on my right hand rod, but I think it might be a bit of weed. And of course, with me is Billy Bob. Hello, mate. You don't like walking about on the shingle. Want to come and sit on my knee? Come on, come around here. Come on. Yeah, spinning. Come here. It's certainly not been clear enough here, I think, for lure fishing. I went spinning down in Cornwall. I went out on a boat. I had about 20 bass that day. Nothing big. Got off the rocks. Not good. Yeah, we need a long spell of steady weather is what we want, or if it's going to blow, let it blow northerly so that it clears all the muck out of the water. That's what we need. We need clear, crystal clear water, and then we'll start seeing some fish, I feel. I want to do that. I want some clear water because I want to have a go free diving, snorkeling off Seaford Head. So that's what I'd like to do. Or get off the rocks there at low tide and go for a lure off the rocks, or get my kayak out and go kayak. There are just a million and one things I want to do, but they all really depend on that becoming clear. I set out to catch thin lip mullet this year, and I have totally blanked on the thin lip mullet front. The rivers they started to clear up right at the start of the season, and then they just clamped down, and they've been the colour of chocolate ever since. So even if there are thin lip mullet there, they ain't playing. They ain't playing. What do you think, Billy Bob? I've actually been coarse fishing a couple of times, which completely goes against the grain. I'm having to work. I've got a couple of projects running. One's in Lutterworth in Leicestershire, and one of them's up in Yorkshire. So I go away. I spend the night away, and I've been sleeping in the van on a fishery up there because it's just like a caravan. But it's a fishery. It's got 2 little ponds which are totally overstocked. So I went out. I've been chucking little bits of bread in just to see what was happening, and the fish were going loopy for it. So I thought, damn, I'm going to put a rod out. So I took the spinning rod up. Well, I've got no coarse gear, a light spinning rod with a bubble float and a size 8 hook. Way too big for coarse angling. Bit of bread crust. I had 10 chub in about an hour. I didn't know what they were. I didn't think chub lived in ponds. And then the next week I went up there, I got some worms, and I was just fishing worms. Literally had about half an hour before it got dark. And I had 2 little carp and a bream, and I lost something, which was probably another bream. But I made a film of the chub, but I didn't get very many viewers on it, so I'm suspecting that people that watch sea fishing with CJ tend to watch sea fishing, not cover fishing. Sit still. Beautiful Seaford Head in the background. Yeah, same for me. First time in decades. In fact, yeah, when was the last time I went serious coarse fishing? Well, I moved here in 1989. So it would have been just before that. So 40 years ago, 35, 40 years ago. Yeah, you go in the tackle shop now and look at the coarse angling stuff, and it's a whole different thing. When I used to do it, it was a box full of maggots and floats and some lead shot, and that was it. That was it. Now there's racks and racks and racks of all sorts of different pellets. Yeah, it was quite mind-boggling. I didn't know what I was buying. Turning in, I bought some worms. Understand worms. '83 to '84. Yeah, right, there you go. Well, as I say, I came down here in '89, and I've kind of given up sea. The reason I moved down here was because I was coming down here to go sea fishing, because I'd given up on the carp. So yeah, it's probably about the same time, maybe '85. Yeah, I mean, I used to be into tench fishing, was my thing, and then I tried carp fishing, and I spent a couple of weekends sitting by a lake catching the square root of nothing. So I got into sea fishing. At least I don't blank very often on the sea. Thanks, Richard. Cheers, buddy. All right, Will. See you, mate. Stay healthy, stay sane. I'll see you again. Yeah, Richard, I wasn't being funny. If you just explain to me what you're doing with posting all these videos, I'd be happy about it. But it was getting to be like, I've come on the line, and there's like 5 or 6 videos waiting to go on to be approved. And I'm thinking, what is this? And in fact, you'd even put a couple of my videos on there to be approved. I thought, hang on a minute, what's going on? Don't understand what's going on. So I just wanted some explanation. So PM me and just tell me what it is you're trying to do, and we'll talk about it. As I said, I started that Facebook group because I was getting a little bit peeved with some Facebook groups that had more rules than you could shake a stick at. And at the end of the day, it's not about rules, is it? It's about people getting on and sharing stuff. I think I'm going to try. The dog isn't comfortable here. He needs to sit in my lap. Let's sit down here. Put the camera over there. Maybe, can I? That's better. That's better. Oh, some amazing red clouds above my rods. That's a real photograph opportunity. Let's get the other camera. Get that into one, that's it. Leave that running, leave the camera going, and then I'll mess around with it in the edit, see if we can't get this not beautiful red cloud that's behind my rods moving. Not moving very fast, but we'll get some movement in it. There's some nice soothing music behind it. So what's everybody else been up to? Ooh. A little touch on the right hand rod. Just a little quiver. Doesn't look like weed on the line, but I suppose it could be. The tiniest little touch. What I'm hoping for on it. Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, so I've missed a few. I've been looking at the rods. Thanks, Richard. See where you. BBR. Hello, mate. How you doing? In the garden with a Scotch and Coke. Actually, see how I feel when I get home. But I might do a postscript to this live with a Scotch in my hand. I quite like doing that. Just to talk to people and say hello. Yeah, that bit of red cloud above my rods has turned to grey now. I don't know if that will be quite nice in the video or not. I'll stop it filming. Yeah, guys, do any of you actually watch my YouTube channel? Because I've always welcomed feedback. If there's something you don't like that I'm doing, okay, mate. No, honestly, I wasn't being arsey. I was just there is a lot of weirdness that goes on Facebook, and after a while, if you see something and you can't understand why somebody's doing something, you have to question it. It's like I was in a Friends of Jeremy Wade group, and I'm starting to get loads of pornography on it. What? So I deleted it. So I don't know what that's about. But as you know, there's a lot of weirdness goes on social media, and I don't want that. yeah, guys, please, give us a bit of feedback on my YouTube channel. Is there anything you'd like to see me do? I mean, aside from the obvious catch more fish, which I'd like to do, but it just ain't, that ain't the real world for me. Anything you don't like, anything you do like, or should I just keep it the way it is? I'm always looking to tweak it and make it a little bit more entertaining. Always try and do something a little bit more original. Always trying to do different things, because I mean, I watch a few YouTube channels. Okay, bud. All right. Well, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it, Richard. I'm sorry if I appeared to be snotty. I didn't mean to be. Yeah, no, share them on my channel, please do. Please do. As long as it's no pornographic stuff. Yeah, feel free. As I say, it's the whole point of having a YouTube channel. It's about sharing, isn't it? I mean, I'm only a tiny YouTube channel. I've got about 300 and something followers on it. Really? Okay. Do I go out for turbot? I have done. It is on my wish list this summer. Where I would go for turbot is in the shipping lanes. So I don't like going there on my own. The reason being is if you have an engine failure or can't start your engine or something like that, it's a bloody dangerous place to be. You need somebody else there to pull you out of trouble, because them big old ships come down that shipping lane, they can't turn or slow down or stop, so you will just get mown down. And I did have a nasty experience out on the edge of the shipping channel, shipping lanes earlier this year, where I had an electrics failure and I couldn't start my engine, and I was starting to panic a little bit, but I did manage to rewire it and get it going. But there was a few bleaked out words. Oh, no, it's a lady flying a kite. Can't go and bite. You see the strangest things on this beach. Yeah, so is that what you're looking for to go and do? Go turbot fishing out of Eastbourne? I mean, the marks that I would go turbot fishing are off Eastbourne. So I'm sure that the charter boats will go for. Oh, cheers, bud. Fair comment. Reader shipping lanes. Have you thought of getting a spare auxiliary engine? Because I do carry an auxiliary engine. I do carry one. The problem with an auxiliary engine is that it doesn't get run, and so I would never like to rely upon an auxiliary engine to get me out of trouble. I would rather there's a second boat there. I mean, I trust my engine. My engine's good, but as I say, the sea, you should never take the sea for granted. There's too many things that can go wrong. Yeah, too many things to go wrong. I mean, I do carry an auxiliary engine. I mean, really, an auxiliary engine, all it's really good for is to turn you and keep you facing into the waves, really. So you're not just slopping around and turning broadside on. You can't rely upon an auxiliary engine to get you back. And where I would be going out for turbot is probably 15 miles from Newhaven. So if you were trying to get back on your auxiliary engine, it would take you a week. Yeah. Yeah, but I do have an auxiliary engine, which incidentally could do with a run. I mean, it's better with another boat, because you'll see if they start catching fish where they're drifting, and you can follow them or whatever. I mean, turbot fishing is a drifting fishing. What I was planning to do is I want to go out to where that is, which is a whole range of sandbanks, and drift for turbot, but also put some mackerel out on floats, because there's got to be shark off there. I can't, no one really fishes for blues up here, but they must come up the channel. And there's been plenty of poor beagles seen this year. We went out in the wind farm a couple of weeks ago just to give it a go. To be honest, I think it was a bit of a lost cause. Yeah, I think it was a lost cause. There were no mackerel about. The mackerel seemed to have done a vanishing trick offshore. We were really struggling to catch them. We caught about half a dozen all day. And of course, fresher sharks follow the mackerel. So if there was lots of mackerel like there had been a month ago, which is when everyone was seeing the freshers, we might have had a result. But it was interesting fishing out in the wind farm. I'd never been out there before. I might give that another go. All right, cheers. Yeah, show some love. I try and for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's when it's a long live, it takes a long time to download as a watchable video. But I've had a couple of times when I've had long lives, where I've had loads of stuff in them, and then nothing happens. They won't play. And I eventually press a button and it deletes it. So I must be doing something wrong. I'm suspecting it takes a long time for a long, you've done a 1.5 hours as a live, it will take ages to download that. I mean, 30 or 40 minute videos take 4 or 5 hours to download sometimes. So, I mean, admittedly, I'm shooting in 4G. Hello, Richard Douglas. How you doing, bud? Had some nice times down in Cornwall, which is only a month ago, but it seems like ages and ages ago. But it was my birthday, so I was down there less than a month ago. Because what's the date today? 15th? No, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, 15th. Yeah. So yeah, no. Right, the next project is I want to get a new car. So, what do you think? If you had a choice of a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Hilux, what would you go for? Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux. I've been watching all the videos on both, and I'm still not convinced one or the other. Come on, let's have a vote. I've got to get myself a bigger truck. I can't tow my boat with my current cars and van. I can't carry my kayak on the roof of my current car or van. I've got a van. I've got a Volkswagen T5 camper van. Don't need a van. Van's fine. I want something that can tow my boat. That I can put canoes and kayaks and surfboards on the roof of. Throw my little inflatable in the back of. Take it off-road to go and do a bit of rabbit clearance if I get the chance to do that again. So that's what I want. I've always had 4x4s, and then I had a bit of a midlife crisis about 5 years ago, and I bought myself a Ford Focus RS. an old bloke in a fast car, and I had some fun with it. And then I sold it back to Ford's and bought. The salesman convinced me to buy a Ford Puma, and I'm driving away in it the day I collected it, thinking, why did I get this? I really don't need this car. It's not what I want. Yeah. I don't know about blonde. I think it's more grey than blonde, but yeah. Yeah, I have been known to be a surfing dude. I haven't done it for a while because I've got no way of transporting the bloody boards. Jason, yo, how you doing, bud? Oh right, okay. How the Hilux go with the Japanese? All right. Yeah. I just say, I sold myself on getting a Hilux. I really had, and my local dealers, they've got a demo car which has sat in their yard for the best part of the last 12 months because they've been in coronavirus and not going to use it. So it's got about 800 miles on the clock, and I have desires for it, but I went into Ford's to find out what was left on my car, and the salesman who sold me the Puma, which I don't like, to be truthful, so he's quite good at doing what he does, almost sold me on the idea that perhaps I should be getting a Ranger. The benefit to the Ranger is it's got an electric roller shutter across the tail back body. It comes with tow bars. It's a more modern engine. Got all the whistles and bells, all the Ford stuff. So the only downside is white, but I've seen a few pictures of the white ones and they actually look pretty cool. So I don't know. I'm going to have a test drive with them both in the next week. Make my mind up, I think. Well, we ain't caught anything yet. I kind of envisaged that it would probably be a bit like that, but I might wind this right hand rod in because there has been a few little knocks and rattles on it, which could be that I missed the bite when I was sapping up and there's something dormant on the end of it, or it could be I just picked up loads of weeds. You know what I mean? Right, so I'm going to wind this rod in, see if I've got anything on it, possibly rebait it, because no doubt it's been crabbed. Billy Bob is currently sitting on my lap. Turn that around so you can see what's going on. I'll film it on this camera as well. is all gone off there, so we'll rebake this up and back it out again. Yeah, just using like half a bit of worm on each hook. Because I'm looking for small fish on this, with the hope of a sole, would be very happy. I'd be a very happy man if I got a sole up there. Been one of my target species for quite a while actually. Sole, I haven't had one for years. I'm a little bit big for sole actually. James Brown, father of sole, godfather of sole. Cascade, 3-hook cascade. With these, what I like to do is I put a little drill bullet at the top of it, just to hold it hard on the bottom. And the idea is the drill bullet sort of rolls around a little bit on the bottom as well, just gives it a little bit of flutter. That's the idea. An off the ground cast with this. How far I can get it. Didn't go out far enough. Well, I don't know if you were hearing what I was saying there, but the baits came, well, the hooks came back in completely bare. So there's something out there eating bait, but I suspect it's old Charlie Crab, which probably explains the little knocks and rattles I was getting. Motions. I've been using Crab Cam. Unbelievable the amount of crabs are right there. Unbelievable. And they're on your bait almost instantly. So it's kind of, I think I need to wind it in a little bit more regularly than I have been. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come here, come here, come here, come on. There we go. I'm just one bloody great big dog cushion on her really. Oh, I've got a bite. Definitely fish. Definitely fish on there. Got a bit of rattle activity on the rods. Definitely had a rattle on this right hand rod. Definitely some motion on there. Oh yes, yes. I don't know how many fish I've lost. Encouraging nonetheless. Make sure this bait looking fresh enough. Headlamp on soon. See what I'm doing. I'll put a headlamp in here. So, out of tune of getting beach fishing, I had so many things I had to recharge. The one thing I forgot to recharge was my headlamp. So I don't know how much power I'm going to have on this, how long it's going to last. So I'm sparing with it. I have got a power pack, can put some more juice in it. It runs out, but it's a lot of fat. Oh, that worm's alright. The worm's been fished. him out again. Well, a little bit of excitement there. First bite wasn't a particularly spectacular bite, but then if it's a sole don't tend to bite hard. We'll keep on keeping on. So, yeah, so there's fish out there. That's the important thing. Thank you for your patience. Little bit of excitement there, but no fish to show for it. But just goes to show, as soon as it starts to get dark, the fish start coming on. I'm not sure what the tide's doing yet. I don't know what time it is because I use my phone for my clock, and of course my phone I'm filming a live on. So somebody tell me what the time is. Not a surefire way getting a bite. Not a surefire way getting the dog on my lap. But you know, you can't have it got chocolate in it. Look, dog. Look. Nah. Don't tell your mum. Look. So back to my original question then. Ford Ranger or Toyota Hilux? What do you reckon? I've had one vote for the Hilux so far. I mean, I have heard some stories about the Ford Ranger's gearboxes not being very reliable. But if I were to get one, it would be a new one. And I think it's a new gearbox, new engine and everything. Jason, you still on here? So I've just gone back through the messages and realised I've missed a million. Stingray. It's 2111. Okay, 2111. So that means that we're about at the bottom of the tide. So if it's going to get good, it'll be in the next 60 minutes, I reckon. Oh, got a little touch on the right hand rod again. I'll tell you what, I'm so out of tune of fishing off the beach. I was running around charging things up today, and what I didn't charge up, I don't think, is the tip lights. So I haven't got any tip lights, because it would make life so much easier if I could see the end of my rod without having a light on it all the time. Right, I'm gonna put this live to bed now. If this session turns into a decent session and I catch some fish, I will come back on as a postscript when I get home later on. But in the meantime, I'm going to say cheerio and good night to you all, and tight lines. That's what I say. For those of you who are fishing or you're going to go fishing, get out there and catch something. Been a pleasure. Nope, hello. Nice to meet you. How are you getting on? Right. Waterside end fishing. Good luck. I was just saying that I'm folding it up for the night because, yeah, cheers, Rich. Yeah. At the moment, I'm not getting on at all. I've had one bite, didn't result in anything. I left my rods out for a bit longer than that, and they came in with the bait's gone. So I think there's plenty of crabs out here. But sun's gone down, the tide's going to start running soon, and I think if it's going to get good, it will be now. It'll be in the next hour or so. I suppose I ought to bring my squid bait back in, and just to see if that's been robbed by crabs or not. Especially as now is the sweet time, and the tide starts to run. I'll have fresh bait out to my reed. Yeah. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you later. As I say, if I get home, if I've had a bit of a result, I will do a little short live from home as a postscript just to let you know how I've gone. In the meantime, thanks very much for joining me on this lovely evening on Seaford Beach. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, do all those other things. Oh, hello. Ooh, hello. My rod that's got a squid on, whole squid on, just had a little bounce, but I kind of think that might be weed. Yeah, guys, I'm gone. Bye.